Welcome back to SB Nation. I am Dan Rubenstein. With me, Lang Whitaker, Slam Magazine editor-at-large, and Chick-fil-A, just fan. Expert, maestro.
Aficionado. Lots of words apply, and they are all accurate.
We really prepared very thoroughly for this. But because he is an NBA maestro, let's get into NBA trade deadline activity. The team and name, I guess, surfacing the most of anybody. The Orlando Magic, Dwight Howard. Some talk of Dwight wanting to be surrounded by better players in Orlando, and of course some talk of who's going to end up in Orlando for Dwight Howard. What is the current snapshot?
I think no one wants to be surrounded by bad players, right?
Right.
So I don't really understand people who would get upset for him wanting to have better players with him. Maybe he could handle it better, but it's kind of turned into this thing all season, and it's this ongoing theme now that won't go away. I think the good side is that they're winning. They're pretty 12 games above 500 right now. They look really good. I don't really think they're going to make a move with Dwight. I don't think he's going anywhere. I've kind of thought all along the way you handle this if you're Orlando is you have the guy everyone else wants. Mm-hmm. Surround him with the best players you can. And the way the NBA has worked the past couple of years in the playoffs is you get into the playoffs, you get hot. That's what happened to Orlando in 2009. You can just win out to the final. So I think Orlando's in a good place. Maybe they pick up someone else, some bench help, some depth, but I don't think they're that far, and I think they keep Dwight and just go from there.
Another team that seems to be in a good place, especially recently, is Los Angeles Lakers, finally finding a bit of a rhythm. Where could they improve? Do you see them moving at all? I know point guard has been talked about. Do you see them being active?
Point guard's been talked about for like a decade.
Yes, it has. Thanks, Derek Fisher.
Like they need it. That's the one thing that's always killed them is little point guards who are quick.
Right.
They don't have anyone who can defend those guys. Kobe ended up defending Westbrook last year in the playoffs.
Right.
But that's been their kind of Achilles heel for years now. So maybe that's something they do. They've got a big trade exception they could use to go out and find somebody. But I think with the Lakers, you kind of hit it when you said they're getting into a rhythm finally.
Right.
This season's been so crazy. When you talk to anybody, players, coaches, whatever, the pace of this season is insane. With like back-to-backs, 5 games in 6 nights, whatever. Teams don't have time to practice. They don't have time to install new things, make adjustments. Especially the Lakers, who've been running a triangle offense for 15 years now. Yep. Now they go to a more conventional offense. Mike Brown comes in, wants to change things defensively too. So they've been having to do a lot of things on the fly, and they've actually gotten better as the season's gone along. You can see them improving. So I think if you're the Lakers, you don't panic. You go with what you got, and they're looking pretty good right now.
And any teams out there looking to add maybe a final piece that are playing well but do need that extra something? Any team that stands out?
I think one team that stands out to me is the Clippers, staying in LA.
City,
since Billups went down, I think they're 2 games under 500, and they've got a lot of smaller guys. They've got Bledsoe and Mo Williams, but they don't have that classic two-guard sort of. So one name that's been thrown around a lot is Jamal Crawford in Portland. They haven't had a good season.
And he likes shooting, Jamal Crawford,
and who better to play with than Chris Paul if you're a shooter, because he'll get you open shots. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they make a move, but this whole trade deadline has been kind of slow, right?
Right. Is there a reason for that? I mean, that stands out to you?
I think a couple of reasons. Number one, no one wants to give up draft picks because the draft's going to be a great draft this summer. But more than that, the reason for the whole lockout was this new CBA getting figured out. Next year, the new luxury tax kicks in, all this stuff.
Right.
So teams are not trying to take on money right now.
Right.
In the past, you would see teams go out and go over pay the tax to get a guy, but it looks like right now no one really is going to make that bold move.
That is true. His name is Lang Whitaker, of course, from Slam Magazine. We both very much miss Chick-fil-A. Send us things, Chick-fil-A. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you soon.